Hello the channel. Welcome back everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Everybody's recovered after reading the update about 55 million times after last week. A lot of stuff to take in. So anyways, the agenda for tonight, won a couple of awards, nothing too special, but always good to pick up a couple of awards. So we're going to open them, have a wee look ahead in terms of weekend preview. So we're going to have a big weekend coming up. Going to have a quick look at squad list function that the gal's given me as well. So just a kind of general overview of stuff, and we'll have a look at the projected lineups for Celtic Play Sharper as well. Quite a few people have been missed, because we've been doing a bit of a pivot. I always remember that in Friends. Pivot! It's one of the funniest episodes. Anyway, if you've not seen that one, go and watch it. Brilliant. So yeah, sold a few cards. The thing with the update is, you maybe have to be a bit more flexible with your strategy or look in terms of strengthening certain areas and stuff. So first headline one, Andy Robertson unique. So that was a kind of difficult one to sell, to be honest. It's one of those things, still a lot of utility going forward. Robbo's just fit now as well. Scottish captain as well. And he'll be playing at the Euros. But yeah, with the changes to the divisions and, it's kind of, doesn't absolutely confirm it, but sort of suggestion that it's going to be like rare, super rare and unique. And, obviously if you drop a unique down, you don't get any card bias or any advantage for that. So I thought it was a good idea just to take the money for that, and it'll let me sort of strengthen in areas I need to strengthen. The other thing I've done is I've got rid of pretty much all my limited cards as well. So it's kind of a weird one, like all these limited cards, and then you bring in multiple entries and then decided to sell them. But yeah, I spent quite a bit on the EPL competition when it came first time, so kind of resigned myself. Like I spent like £1,000 or more than that, probably about 1,200, 1,300, Liverpool away shirts and all that sort of stuff, and really liked them. I just resigned myself to, those were going to be sort of collection things, and whatever I could win with them, I would win with them. But obviously the EPL cards have recovered a good bit now as well, and there's lots of demand for them. Just thought it'd be a good time just to sort of take the cash back for them. So those are the two main moves. Limited wise, nothing particularly against the limited scarcity or anything, just kind of had a look through and think of like some ridiculous like 1,300 cards or whatever. So with these things changing and everything, you've got to think about how you manage your gallery or what you've got. So the easy top tip for people is kind of you look through your gallery and it's something you don't use a lot or isn't really winning you anything, then even if maybe if they're dropped a wee bit, you just got to think, well, what's the realistic prospect that they're going to rise again or win me something? If not, sometimes you're better just using the money sort of elsewhere. So it's a kind of a simplistic explanation, but I've kept all my Celtic cards, so basically I'll still be entering as many Celtic contests as possible. I've even sold my under 23 goalkeepers at the moment, so that was kind of hard, like selling some of the older ones, the Tribune one and stuff like that. But that's something I can build into pretty easily. So focus on rare and above just now. Unique's a kind of interesting one, interesting for all the viewers and stuff like that, but it's not really the area you play in, obviously. But yeah, we'll see how that irons out, how they allow the divisions to run. Looks like there's maybe only one division up the top. Maybe that could change. Maybe they will do two divisions. I like the idea of divisions in general as well. So anyways, we're going to go into the overall agenda for the video, but just wanted to explain that to people. No plans to be sort of leaving or anything anytime soon. So everybody always sort of sends that, hey, are you leaving? Are you selling up? Just nice people think about that as well. But yeah, I'm not going to waffle on too much. So let's get the rewards opened. Let's go into preview, etc., and then we'll talk a bit about strategy for the weekend. I do appreciate that also if you are watching this mainly because you play at limited level, etc., if you can't be arsed now, then that's fair dues. But a lot of the stuff I'll be doing Celtic-wise and, obviously in rare, etc., will still be good advice for under 23, limited, etc. The caps are going to be changing eventually, etc. So, everybody else is going to have to adapt to how things are going to go. So Anyway, let's be cheery and claim some rewards. So first and foremost, so coins. Not as much as one of the things I did was decide to take an offer for most of the cards that I had left and kind of cancelled a couple of lineups as well. So that was a wee bit of a waste. Actually, giving up a couple of like tier 3 limited and stuff. Maybe I should have kept them and then just sort of given them away, etc. But yeah, if you ever get the pleasure of having to sell multiple cards at that level, it's a bit of a ball ache, for want of a better word. But there we go, it's a nice ball ache to get some money for them, so not complaining. Cap to 40 rare, the last one, and it had to be the rare only. 39.93's worth of Ethereum. Ethereum's flying just now as well, so that's pretty interesting. So I said all rare rewards here, you know, in terms of the future videos, that's the way it's going to be unless Celtic smash it, and in which case you're going to be hearing from me. And this guy behind me, Big Furu, Kyogo. I still call him Furu. So anyway, so we'll open them in reverse order. Challenger Europe Rare, some nice in-season cards as they're now referred to as well. Dutch goalkeeper as well. Heracles, Fabian de Kaiser, nice. Well, not a playing goalkeeper anyway, somebody I like. Just kind of weird that he's went there and he's just accepted he's going to be on the bench again. So he was kind of making a point of being on the bench previously, etc. as well. But there we go. That's what it is. And again, don't mind sort of sitting on a goalkeeper. All-Star Rare, tier 3 as well. German goalkeeper again. Offenheim, it's another backup. Nahul, no. Nice. 20 as well. I mean, that's the thing, the under 23s mode is classic as well, so not as much of a premium on the in-season cards. So there we go. And done well in the under 23s. Getting a bit of an area I'll be focusing on. Some of this sort of money I've sold out of the limited cards, and maybe I'll get some extra entries in under 23 rare, etc. We'll see. Don't worry really FOMO into anything just now. It's tempting to just, oh, that looks good, and I'll just buy that, and you know, and then the wife starts piping up, and nah, we're not getting into that. Anyway, under 23 rare, tier 2, pretty good result. So, American goalkeeper. John Poole's camp. Are we going to go for a full house of goalkeepers here? But surely I can win 4 goalkeepers in the same rewards video. It's goalkeepers day. John Poole. I like John Poole's cap, to be honest. I do like him. I think he's a good goalkeeper. So that would be handy, given he plays in goals. But yeah, tier 2 there. Oh, it's a forward from AZ. Miron van Brera-Rode. Nice, talented young player as well. So that's pretty good. So all good. 3 out of 4 goalkeepers. That is awesome, honestly. There we go. So yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about the actual gallery strategies now until I've decided exactly what I'm going to do. I'll show you this thing. So to say, like, everybody who watches regularly will be familiar with the preview we're going to go through, and the spreadsheet stuff from Sorare Probabilities, S_probabilities on Twitter, and this a wee add on to the spreadsheet. I know that also, in fairness, Sorare Data have introduced some of these scarcity sort of, not scarcity, filters for the new sort of competitions, etc. So obviously a bit of a mix up here. You're going to have Asian teams in with Celtic and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, I do really like this. You know, there's an under 23 filter. If you're just looking at champions, you know, the champion's been good just now. Filter champion rare. You can also do something clever here where you can search on teams. You know, card bonus, collection bonus. So loads and loads of good information here. You know, tells you under 23s. What scarcity. So again, you can go all scarcities or you can go rare. No point doing the limited ones now. Tells you the card season, the level of the XP, how far away you are for the next level, etc. as well, and some summaries and everything there. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And obviously, like, one of the reasons why I've sort of decided to cut things down a wee bit as well. You know, if you look at contender, so we'll just, for be topical, just look at the super rare, right? Because that's obviously a wee bit like lower of a list from what I've got left. So that Cezinha as a as a contender super rare is pretty interesting. You can filter out the positions as well. If you want to say like what goalkeepers have I got in that position, then you can filter it down there. So again, very helpful for a bit of clarity. I do see people attacking spreadsheets left, right, and centre, not physically attacking them, going in with a Malky, but just looking at it. And one of the reasons it's taking a couple of days to just chill and deciding a strategy was because of this type of stuff as well. So you want to say, right, I just want to see what I've got in terms of all rare goalkeepers here or whatever. Then this is a really good function. You can go through and see. Obviously, I'm doing quite well in terms of that, having loads of cards left, etc. So definitely not as big a conundrum as people have got in sort of other areas, etc. But pretty good if you want to have a look and see what division people are going to be in. And again, you can just filter that again. So it's this challenger. I mean, one thing I'm really looking forward to, and I'm not saying like I'm sort of selling out of limited or anything. Definitely looking forward to MLS coming back. Messi, Big Hanny, Carles Gil. Like if there's a good cash comp for that, then I think I'll definitely get involved in that. I know there's still some value in the classic cards as well, but we just need to see what's available, how things are going to shake out. So anyway, in terms of weekend preview, let's have a look at the team fixtures. So make sure, hang on, I need to update it first. So whilst that's happening in the background, we'll have a look at the Celtic team actually. So good bit of information regarding Celtic from the weekend, playing the Cup. This is probably a lineup that will surprise people a bit, so I just want to explain that. Joe Hart, been playing pretty well, touchwood, probably concede 3 at the weekend now, I say that. So no real surprise there. Greg Taylor back in as 95%, manager confirmed, now available. I think he was pretty much training at the weekend, but he was giving him extra time given it was a cup game, etc. So Taylor's available, really expect him to start and see why he wouldn't. Bernabei's kind of been not too bad, but manager even talked about Greg Taylor and his qualities, and even Celtic fans felt that we've probably needed another left back, and that's partly to cover for Taylor and partly to push him or improve upon him. Liam Scales, who are obviously high average, done pretty well. So a couple of fans on his back, expect him to actually be Maldini. He's only the ginger Maldini, remember. Stephen Welsh, again, this will be a surprise to people. So Vickers isn't ready. Manager said probably still be a couple of weeks away. Apparently it's sort of legacy issue from his knee sort of tidy up stuff and everything last year. Alistair Johnson is injured. So I think he got a small fracture in his cheekbone that game at, I think it was Hibernian, was it Hibs? I think it was. So it's Tony Ralston's season, or Tony Alves. Guy who scores pretty well, to be honest. So, if you get a couple of weeks out of him, then why not? If you already got one, all good. Cal McGregor, Matt O'Reilly, not much in terms of controversy there. Midfield-wise, going to be interesting. So, is it Bernardo? We're going with this new formation. So, one thing that Rodgers did at St Mirren is test this different formation. So, Ida coming in up top, Furuhashi playing a wee bit deeper and getting more involved in the play. And I have to say, it actually did seem to work a bit better. Furuhashi was more involved, he scored. All these percentages are a bit low, and I'm pretty confident that in some way or another these guys are going to start. Palma obviously missed a couple of starts, but he has got a really good goals and assist record. Takes a lot of the set pieces and things, sometimes pretty poorly, I must add, but there we go. Furuhashi's quite important to the team overall, but the problem is not being maybe involved enough. Maeda, after the Asian Cup, kind of came back in straight away, which was quite telling. And Ida, it's kind of, does Furuhashi play up there? Does Ida come from the bench? In terms of notables, in terms of omissions, so Nicholas Kuhn, I do like the looks of him. Some way he had quite a long winter break, so he doesn't look 100% sharp yet. I think he'll maybe be back to becoming from the bench again at the moment. We'll see, or whether he forces his way into one of these positions with maybe Furuhashi returning up top and Kuhn playing in behind or whatever. So it's a wee bit more fluid just now. No Leo Labada there. He was completely left out the weekend. Manager said he wasn't in the right frame of mind. He's a young guy. There's a big war going on in his country. Celtic fans obviously have this thing where they're pro-Palestine, etc., which I'm not getting into discussing. that's fine. Or not fine, like obviously, but you know what I mean. So it's quite hard for Abada, and he was left out. So there we go. That's the overall kind of synopsis of the Celtic team. So in terms of weekend preview teams wise, so no surprise, PSV right up there again. So this is filtered by expected team goals. We'll have a look at expected clean sheets in a minute. Feyenoord, so Benfica, I mean, pretty. I was going to say challenger there. They are challenger at the moment, so are Celtic. So 3 top challenger teams and will be going forward there. No huge surprise. Benfica have got a game on Thursday, I think it is, against Toulouse. So it's a really good fixture. I think they're playing bottom in the league, but you've got to guard against rotations there. Internazionale Milano, that's who Celtic beat 1967 to win the European Cup. By the way, there's a bit of trivia for you if you're a non-Celtic fan. Salernitana, so yeah, that's pretty good fixture for them. Inter Milan are pretty good at the back as well. Big Sommer's been excellent. Celtic against Kilmarnock. Now, note of caution here, Kilmarnock are actually pretty handy. If they're a really good season, Celtic could easily turn them over at home, but you know, usually I'm going on years at Ross County, 5 or 6 goals, etc., and we don't score, so you just never know. But yeah, I think it'll be a good game. Quite a high expected clean sheet percentage. You know, it's a good fixture amongst the best fixtures this weekend. Bayern München in Germany, beat by Leverkusen. Harry Kane, he's gonna fail again, obviously. Only a 42% expected clean sheet percentage, so kind of seems to be one for attacking. Leipzig against Borussia Mönchengladbach. So Leipzig are playing tonight. Actually, I'm going to watch that game against Real Madrid, I think. Porto against Estrela Amadora. So again, pretty good fixture there for Porto. We'll not mention that mob. And Ian, I don't mean St Johnstone if you're watching. Genk against Racing White Daring Molenbeek, RWDM. So that's pretty good fixture for Genk as well. Maybe Martin van der Voort will actually keep a clean sheet for once in his life. Anyway, fantastic young goalkeeper of whom I own a rare now, so better shut my mouth. Ajax against NEC. So Ajax are a game midweek as well against Bodo Glimt, so at this point they'll have been absolutely roasted by Evgen and Hogga, I'm sure, but yeah, that's interesting. Still pretty good fixture in terms of team goals. And then we've got Leverkusen there as well, who don't have a game midweek, so you know they'll be flying, I think, or hopefully should be flying after all their recent sort of good results, etc. And yeah, I mean, pretty impressive again. We're going to put this to expected clean sheets as well. It's always good to have a look at defensive stats for balance. Dynamo Zagreb, was actually chatting with someone earlier and just saying when's the last time they kept a clean sheet, and the reply was they've kept 2 clean sheets in 3 games. But so there we go. So they've got this standout defensive fixture this weekend. I'm just not finding them that reliable this season, but you've got to go by the stats. Benfica, Porto, Feyenoord. I mean, Bijlo out again. That's a shame. He's a rotten time with injuries. PSV, interesting one. You know, Veerman came back and then come off at the half time, and you know, I don't think they're firing as much at the moment, but you know, pretty good game for them defensive wise. Celtic Rangers we talked about. Leganes, you know, so if you're playing second division, soon to be contender, that's interesting. Hajduk split against Rudez. Rudez are absolutely ranked rotten, so there we go. So then again with this spreadsheet, you know, you can then filter to players. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the overall player database, see who sort of stands out here. Should be sorted by projected scores. Hang on, what's going on here? So yeah, I've got a couple of criteria in here because I was working on guys who were sort of timing out, etc. So I need to actually remove that, but should be able to filter it by highest projected score. And it's, if I can work this, then anybody can work it, by the way. Position forward all. Here's one I made earlier, as they say in the programs. I'll probably have done something wrong, that's that'll be why it's not working. My players only. No. Yeah, so I've done something wrong. Sort by age descending. No, I don't want that. I want projected score descending. Right. Abracadabra. Come back. No, I think I have definitely broken it. So this happens with IT and me sometimes, So anyways, right, let's have a look at the players I've got for the weekend. I'm not going to pick any teams tonight because obviously we went over the update and stuff, and I might do another video. So Toby Lyson, pretty good. Expect he's been really good actually, like Toby Lyson. Runarsson, I don't know if he's going to play at the moment for Copenhagen. Might get a game in between Champions League games, but I think Grabara is probably going to play a Hradecki. So Leverkusen, again, just need to be careful there. They've been messing about and giving Kovar some games before. Cup games he's been playing, or cup finals and stuff, so careful with that. Zach Hemmings, a guy I've sort of kept hold of as well. Back for Bruggen, I think it's going to be an interesting one. I think Brighton are playing Sheffield United. Westholt, so pretty interesting. Owen Beck, back at Dundee, been playing very, very well. And then we've got obviously Feyenoord, Celtic, PSV sort of dominating the highest expected scores. Trent Alexander-Arnold, wonder whether he's going to be actually fit. So it's going to be a kind of interesting one. I think there's a guide for these ones. Anything above 60 is probably quite a high projected score. There's colour correlation there. Mats Weifer, been excellent. Really, really good card this season. He is 24, I think, so he's going to age out of the under 23s, but he's been superb. Palacios, we see we've had some added injury info here as well, so that's very helpful as well. We update to the spreadsheet. Again, that's not my spreadsheet, this is from Sorare Probabilities. Give them a shout if you want to do a free trial. There's no code or anything, just quite happy if people use it. Maddison, again, no real surprise there. Good in-season Premier League player. Thomas Puting, I don't know why he's so high up there. Must be a sort of standout one, having a pretty good fixture. Interesting, a bit of an outlier there. Calvin Stengs, Palma. Jack Harrison's pretty interesting one, so that's one to keep an eye out for Everton, so very good home fixture there, or pretty good projected score against the opposition. Griezmann, and then there's nobody else really standing out there. So yeah, I mean, I would have a look and just, the other thing to point out is this midweek we've got Champions League games, etc. So it's going to be quite tough in terms of looking out for rotations and the like as well. But there we go. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I know I haven't given you all the sort of projected strategy moves behind sort of selling out the limited, etc. If you own limited or whatever, I wouldn't be panicking or whatever. I mean, the issue just now is that Sorare brought in some major changes, and even if I do think some of those changes are actually going to be pretty good, and some of the division structures will be good, and the prize I think ultimately will be pretty good. I think the theory will work of the classic season cards winning new season cards, and new season cards winning cash, and those competitions will be attractive. I get that they'll be attractive to people who are spending money in the new season cards, but they will be attractive because you won't be playing against all the seasons of Sorare cards. You'll just be playing against those cards that are sold at that point. So there'll be a more guaranteed percentage of people paid out cash, etc. So there's a lot to take in, but the effect of this stuff is that people are moving about with strategies now. I'm doing it as well, even as a bigger gallery or a big gallery, and that means that there's some pressure on the market as well. So, you see the EPL cards are all rising quite quickly. You even see that the English Premier League cards have risen more than Griezmann has risen or whatever, and that's just because there's an additional cash comp in the English Premier League, whereas the La Liga one or whatever doesn't start till next season. So there's obviously a premium on Champion Euro cards from what's happened, but also there's an extra premium for the English Premier League, which is probably something that Sorare have actually desired. So if I do get a chance, I'll try and do another video with some selection. I've got something on Thursday night. I actually got Premier League darts. So there we go. I might not get the full sort of selection video out, but I thought it was quite important to just explain what's happening to people after taking a couple of days off and etc. as well. So if you made it to the end of the video without falling asleep, well done. Me too, and I'm only on the water tonight, so cheers to that. If you're playing midweek, we'll end in customary fashion. Good luck, and go fuck.